Hello guys, my name is Agis Rahmanov. I'm from Senior High School 1 Sumenep, and this is my partner.
Hi guys, I'm Saman Alfarsi. Cahe, a hereditary tradition originating from Langsar Village, Saronggi District, Sumenep Regency, which has existed and have been actively held twice a year since the 13th century around 1400 Hijriah. The tradition, in order to ask for and also to give thanks for the prosperity and abundance of agricultural products, was originally used to honor ancestral spirits as animism. However, since the entry of Islam, there have been changes in the reading use when the Cahe ritual is carried out. There is an assumption that when the Cahe is implemented, after that, fishermen will be safer to go to sea and will find it easier to catch a fish. And with this much, the catch of the Cahe resident is very abundant and it's recorded. But how? So guys, we are proudly present at you the relationship between the 7 kinds of flowers with the flowering process in the Cahe ritual and the correlation between the blossoming of the 7 kinds of flowers in the Cahe ritual with the abundance of fish in the sea. The geographical condition in the village we studied can be seen on this slide. So guys, please can you take a look in slide for 3 seconds. 3, 2, and go. The miniature of the ship itself is decorated with offerings as a form of respect for the ancestral spirits. The offerings used are the products in the area, some flowers that bloom at that time, including this flower. Do you know what's interesting? The flowers used for the offerings must pick the flowers that bloom at that time the child is held. This raises a big question mark for researchers, so we hypothesize that this is related to the abundance of fish caught in the sea. This is the formulation of our problem, and this is our purpose of our research, and this is the part of our methodology. Get ready, you can pause it if you want. This is how we use NASA Ocean Color. This is how we analyze chlorophyll A data from CDA software. This is how we get the chlorophyll A data with spectrometry test.
To determine the correlation between use the 7 kinds of flower with almost the same time of flowering, it can be explained through the phytochrom indicators, namely phytochrom red PR and phytochrom for red PFR. The phytochrom in the 14 flower have different abilities of depending on the photoperiod. It can detect whether the day is longer than night or not. So effect is on rising temperature in the ocean and change in wind speed due to increased sea temperatures. This data mirror production of Sumenep in 2016. This data about climate condition in Sumenep. In Sumenep, there are 4 districts have the most marine production, namely Saronggi, Bluto, Kalenget, and Gilgunting. According to the data, the highest fishery amount was reached by Gilgunting district in 2019, about 1,518.40 tons, and the lowest fishery catch, the amount was reached by Saronggi district, about 1,174.80 tons. And the fish abundance is highly dependent on the availability of food from phytoplankton and zooplankton, where there is dominant pigment in it, namely chlorophyll A, which plays a role in photosynthesis. The biological fertility of water can be said by the value of the concentration chlorophyll A or the abundance of phytoplankton. The higher of chlorophyll A value, the higher the fertility. This graph of chlorophyll A concentration in 2018 and 2019. And this graph the chlorophyll A concentration in 2020. Let's see the chlorophyll A test result in the plant Cahe tradition using spectrophotometry. The highest chlorophyll A concentration was Cananga, and the lowest chlorophyll A concentration was shown by red rose. Based on the data above, it can be seen that the more chlorophyll A in the surrounding water of the Tanjung area, the more fish catch of the fishermen will be. This proves that celebration of Cahe does have an effect the amount of fish catch of the Saronggi fishermen. The conclusion of what we have conveyed is the flowering process in the Cahe ritual is closely related to the coincide blooming of flower in one's Cahe celebration with the presence of photoperiod in plant, which is influenced by ability of PR and PFR and the length of sun irradiation. The evidence of fish in the sea is related to blooming of flower in the Cahe tradition is evidenced by the presence of chlorophyll A in the sea, which is influenced by the amount of estuary points of the intensity of sunlight, so that the chlorophyll A can be found in phytoplankton and plant used in the Cahe tradition, so that the blooming of fish flower can indicate the amount of chlorophyll A in the sea, which and the sea which ultimately affects the abundance of fish. So thank you.
So thank you.